All right, I think we're live. I think let's do some testing. Let's do some tests. Test 1 2. Test 1 3. Let's try a music test. The whole world is our private playground. Happy Sunday. Happy Release Sundays live. Just getting online here. Let's make sure that we're dialed. All right, let's see. Okay, looking good there. Let's make sure the sound's going. Gonna open it up with a mix. Yeah, nice to have you guys with us. We got a special show today, spontaneously special. Got Mr. Jon Nash from the Return to the Mother Productions and the co-director for ReleaseTheMovie.com. Got him on the show today. Going to be speaking some gnosis, some knowledge, exploring what he's getting into and talking about the film Release. Just a little Sunday show today. Working on getting a nice lineup of guests for you guys. Putting some Kapal on the coals. Getting dialed. Yeah, that was fun. You know, we've been adding some mixing into the flow for the Sunday show. Actually been adding some mixing and music into the Monday show. It just helps, going through a lot of information, knowledge, and wisdom. Helps a lot, actually. Oh, looks like I popped off our main screen. Let me get back there. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be getting into a lot today. Getting into Return to the Mother Productions, what that's all about, Mr. Nash's vision and whatnot, and talking about this film here that we both were honored to put together for you guys, and also part 2 that's coming out in the fall, talking about our adventure, which you're going to see in part 2, actually, and getting into so much more. Everything that's going on in the world, the mass psychosis, and yeah, in the future, the new age, and so much more. Let me bring us on over. Let's see see if I can do this real quick. I'm going to stop share. Johnny, my boy. Big Jon Nash. Can you hear the music?
I can hear the music.
Right on. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. I'm going to check our sound, so start talking. Introduce yourself, Mr. Nash.
Aloha, this is Jon Nash. You hear that good?
Let me see. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha live and clear. Yes. Hello, everybody that's tuning in. Nice to see you. We'll let some more people kind of funnel in as we go. But thanks for everybody joining us. And you can ask questions in the chat room and whatnot. And potentially we can bring you on to ask some questions if you feel guided at some point, maybe later in the broadcast. But yes, Mr. Nash, tell me tell the world as if it's just me about Jon Nash. What's the dealio, bro? We've been brothers and compadres in this journey of release, and for years it's been a really long project. And this is the first time everyone's getting to kind of meet you, and they've gotten to know you through your work in release, and this is the first time they're actually getting to actually meet you. So introduce yourself, brother, man. Like how we connected, how we came together, and the journey itself, and what's going on with you, and what your purpose on this planet is. I know it's multifaceted, but and then we can play a piece of this awesome promo for Return of the Mother Productions, and you can talk about that and explore that. And you guys will see a lot of the magical filmmaking style in what we're going to play, correlating also to release and a lot of the footage that you got to see then. But I'll give you the floor, Mr. Nash. It's so wonderful to have you on the broadcast.
Yeah, beautiful. Appreciate it, brother. Much love to you and your creations and your family. Jon Nash here. I'm here to support children's imaginations, and for me, that imagination stems from the deep lack of the support that I had as a child to create and to be as a gifted child that I was. And, now my purpose is to create the space and the containment for everyone to be that child again, because regardless of our age or our race or our gender or culture, we're children of this earth and children of the mother, and we deserve to be loved and supported in so many ways. And it's a gift to be able to see that in people and see that in everybody and in all things, that our imagination is one of the most important things that we can cultivate and hone and nurture. And that's what I'm here to do. And yes, that is in the space with our little ones, our children, but that is also the little ones and the children and all of us. And then the people who are lost and sad and maybe on a different path, I'm here to support all those gifts and create abundance of surrender and forgiveness for everyone who is going through this sometimes seeming challenging life. So that is my flow. As far as connecting with Micah and moving through all the times and spaces, I think we connected in 2013 in Kauai. I think he was DJing I was doing a film called When the Sun Kisses the Ocean for somebody, and Micah was there DJing for the wedding after, and he touched my arm and he did his thing, and I was like, I think this brother's onto something. I felt something different, and I made it my mission to like relink with this brother, and we relinked in 2014, and it was fortunate the first time we ever relinked. He was supporting a child that was autistic and had very little motion and memory and cognitive dissonance and everything in his body. So like the first time I actually filmed for Micah was a very joyful time. And after that film, um, after
I'm bringing that up right
film,
now. I'm actually bringing up.
yeah,
Yeah.
we filmed that a 45-minute, not like a session, but like maybe not even 30 minutes on my knee. And before then, I had physically died on an accident that I had with my knee. My heart stopped because when I had the accident, I lost a lot of blood internally, and my heart stopped, and I was basically legally handicapped from the age of 15 on, and had multiple surgeries and multiple back and shoulder surgeries. And I was 40 years old at that time. I think that was like 8 years ago, and I didn't really know where I was going to go, except for like back into not a very good place. And I think the biggest thing in life is perception. So I don't really think there's a healer, but I think people can change your perception. And that day on that table, for it was like less than 30 minutes, Micah for sure changed my perception on what I was possible for me to move through this life in a more ease and graceful way. And ever since then, I kind of devoted from my healing and the connection with us. And that's how the movie began. That's how our journeys began, specifically on that chains of perception of my reality. And that's where we're at now.
Straight up. I know I was looking for, I'm going to go to it just cause I'm being pushed to, I can feel it. I'm being whisper pressured to share. Yeah, this was actually some of the first,
Calling friends and in 5 years for misled from.
oops, there we go. Yeah, so this is some of the first footage right here, huh? This is it. Fascinating how far we've come since the first time we filmed this together. It's crazy. I feel like this session caught us both by surprise, just how powerful and significant it was, because it wasn't just like us and this little boy and his mom. He had kind of an auntie and uncle that had connected us to them that were there, and there was just a powerful space held in the room, and it was a feeling of something was happening here, something powerful we were all witnessing. And yeah, remember how he never laid still, right? Remember, he was always violently convulsing, and at the end of this, for the first time, he actually he laid still. He was the stillest she said that he had been, and it was just so powerful to have her there with him, watching him. And my daughter was almost the exact same age at the time of this. It was very, very powerful and emotional for me to also just empathically feel this mother and what she must have been through having a child with special needs like this. It was deep. Yeah, it was just so deep. It was such a, yeah. And to watch her have some relief, look at her. She just was like seeing this relief in him. I mean, it just still gets me.
It
Yeah.
was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, and that was the beginning, huh?
Yeah, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Uh,
And this is more of your magic right now that you are wielding as the pandemics separated us. Oops, I probably shouldn't have said that word on here. But yeah, we found each other to exchange the the film footage at least. Jon Nash made the journey out to Kauai in the midst of the pandemic. And yeah, and then I just doubled down. So it was powerful. It was a lot to finish this without you being there as well. And so you were just, you were inexplicably helpful from a distance, and a lot of the finished film even was part of a collective perspective. And you'd give me I'd pop out of the pocket and get some context of the film itself. And I'm actually really excited about part two that's coming up. And yeah, it's funny. Let me see if I can get there. There we go. This, bro, this is it's been so much, John, to go through all of this footage again, bro. Remember these guys? This is everyone. This is where medicine touch came from. That phrase. One of these dear brothers in Germany had, we were talking about the work, and he said, it's like medicine touch, because we were talking about the concept of touch and how touch is either sexual or nothing at all, for the most part. In intimacy, same. And so I was talking about the concept of comfort touch, and then there's loving, intimate, sexual touch, and then there's touch that's just with the intention to move stuff. And he said, oh, like medicine touch. And it was like, yes, I love that phrase. Wow. But I mean, man, bro, it's weird. I feel like it went by in a flash, all of this. And then we just sat with it. I was so excited to edit it together, all the places we went to. And just doing random treatments on people in the elevator and being welcomed in by people that we worked with, yeah. And just the journey in its totality, man, was so powerful. So I'm sifting through this stuff right now. Gosh, all the countrysides and the landscapes and this one, I think we were flying, I think, to Iceland here. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I was like looking at this countryside. I'm like, where was this? I don't even, yeah. So anyways, just deep in it, just deep in a lot of this stuff and reliving it. And, obviously, bro, this place, Iceland. I mean, I would say, remember the lecture we did here? This was really cool. But Iceland, bro, I mean, wow. This was
Fairyland.
Fairyland. Here's Amsterdam. Remember this one? Oh, this was in like a cannabis shop, guys. We just were doing a demo on one of the
chocolate that don't even taste like cannabis.
Right, right.
And I can't even eat. I'm like the lightweight. I don't even smoke. Anyways, yeah, it's a funny thing.
Bro. It was just such a journey, and weird to think like how much harder it is to travel to all these places now, right? So it just feels even more like a blessing, how much we got to traverse and interact with people and go to strange lands. It's so much more challenging. Remember this shot of you right here? Wow, this was just
Yeah.
such a magic place that we got to go to, you guys. Iceland was just was so special. So really excited to take you guys through the journey for this film. Working on it now with this magic being here, who I mean, I can't speak for you, but definitely changed my life forever. Definitely,
Hmm.
yeah. My concept of friendship and family and personal triumph, over obstacles in your health and wellness, and the places she took us to, it's just unbelievable. There's you again in front of
Yeah,
the
man,
one.
I like the poster of self accountability,
Yeah, yeah,
like self responsibility and accountability to show up for what is in front of you. It's a
yeah.
beautiful woman.
Truly beautiful human being who, yeah, again, just what can I say? Look at this one, bro. Oh, we just became a little tribe. We had to. We had all these places to get through, and a lot of it was in a car together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save as much of the fun dialogue that we had as possible in it, because yeah, cracking jokes, bro, cracking jokes, being and she was a feisty, funny uh, goofball a lot of the times too, and at the same time generous and charitable, and um, yeah, I mean, it's a crazy adventure. So I just wanted to go through a little bit. Hey, remember this? This was our haunted hotel room in Paris that was super sketchy, and we actually wanted to get out of that hotel room. This was that tiny elevator.
Okay, so hi
I'm
John.
not gonna Paris.
Oh, are we in a shoebox?
Or in somebody's shoebox. Is this 0 or 1? 0.
I think so. Oh, is he letting us?
No,
He's not coming in too?
no, he's not.
Okay,
coming
he's
in.
not coming in right now. Okay.
This is a French elevator.
This is a Parisian elevator. Look at John in this. I'm not even gonna stand in the frame because then you won't see that this is an elevator. But yeah, it's
It's very French.
good luck moving a couch in this thing up to your apartment.
You can move like nothing. in here.
No.
Something really tall, maybe a lamp.
I mean, it's
If it's
people are.
self-operated.
Nobody's gonna understand how tiny this is because I can't even fit it in the screen really. Okay. All right, here we go.
That was the tiniest elevator.
Remember that?
You forget about our tiny elevator drama?
I don't think I've never seen that video.
Well, remember, that's the funny thing, is that outside of all the footage you took, I found all this footage that I was taking, and some pretty cool ones. Like, we made it to some places,
Mm-hmm.
we did. It's kind of cool. We've never really gone through any of this stuff together, Look at you there, bro. Gangster Eiffel Tower Paris shot. Yeah, man. We made it to some places. This was at the top, I think, right?
Yeah, that's why they had a little netting.
Yep.
I'm
Wow.
glad I didn't walk.
What a structure. I mean, how about here? This is at the Tour de Champagne. I just butchered the name. This was a giant power generator in the Tartarian civilizations that you and I are standing in front of. I didn't know it at the time, but
Power generator.
yeah, it's a type of what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, a type of what's the part of the battery? Sunday brain farts. Like a capacitor.
Mm.
Nuts. Yeah, we covered some ground, truly, for as look at the Reaper in the background. That's hilarious. For as condensed of a trip as we had, we really covered some ground. You know, it definitely, yeah. Remember these yellow fields, bro? This was one of my favorite parts. Going out in these yellow fields,
Yeah.
which were canola
Some
flowers for canola oil, by the way, which kind of makes it less magical.
Mhm.
Being one of the most toxic oils on the planet for the human body, but the shot was cool. Oh my gosh, bro, just so many, so blessed. So yeah, really excited going through all this footage. Excited to bring it to you guys and take you through our journey. That well, to be honest, it was exhausting. We had to pace ourselves. It was pretty nonstop. We were yeah, with very little time to rest. I mean, if you think about it, oh, and remember we met one of our NMRT practitioners, Liv, Blessed Liv,
Yeah.
who's our only current NMRT practitioner in Europe right now. Hoping to
Yeah.
change that, everybody. Aloha from Germany, Rob. How are you? Nice to see you, Robin. Nice to see everybody in here. Yeah, so Sweet Liv became one of our practitioners. Awesome. She went through the first neuromuscular release therapy apprenticeship program. Super magical. Really, it was very special. But if you, bro, remember, we literally went right in from here, right into a lecture. We like literally arrived and went into a lecture, you know? Hey, remember this, bro? This is a good one. I got to share this one. This is John. On John's off time. Remember, he said he's all about the children. So John, on our off time in between lectures and shooting, when we were at our space in, I think this was in Sweden, John, I found John out doing exercises with the kids out here, with these Muslim kids. It was so awesome. Look at this.
That's so cool. I didn't know they had that many Muslims in.
Yeah, the Muslim population in Sweden. In fact, actually, John, in fact, that's one of my favorite pieces of footage that's going to be in part 2. Is remember the young brother, the Muslim brother that we interviewed, that I did the demo on.
Yeah.
Oh man, is that not going to be powerful to go through right now in our current time and everything, and just the division psychosis, and you know, when he talked about this concept that Muslim people hate Americans, and he was just like, yo, I literally was trying to get out of my own country to not die. And I'm so grateful to be in Sweden. And, you know, I don't hate Americans. It's just a thing that we see that's so annoying and sad, that there's this perspective that that's how it is. I don't have any hatred towards American people in general. And it was just a really powerful interview. I didn't expect it to even go that way. Here's John as a natural element, guys.
This video either. That's crazy.
This is Jon Nash, guys. This is the truest creative expression of Jon Nash right here, guys. It's just playing with the kids, and they just gravitate towards him. They just they're like, who's this giant? Who is this giant that wants to play with us? John was teaching him yoga here, guys. He was like, we got to get them doing some yoga.
Wheelbarrow walk. Yeah, that was out from that far away.
I was just shooting the whole time with this kind of stuff, little bits. That's why it's neat to segment this all together. Everything you shot, everything I shot, and I didn't realize how much more I had.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
What?
I've just never seen that video.
Isn't that cool?
That's yeah.
That's you. That's
Yeah,
that's the truth right there, bro. That was, you know, that's like I said, that's John in his most natural of elements. And also here, this is John in his natural element right here. Yep, nature. Remember when you made us stop in Amsterdam? We just felt like we were just off from the flow of that city. Remember that? We were almost getting hit by cars and stuff. And you were like, yo, let's go ground in some nature somewhere and like anchor into the energy of the land here. And then it shifted, remember?
He's ever been to Amsterdam for the first time? It's a good thing to go into a park and ground down, because Amsterdam is a full-on beehive, and if you're not a part of that hive, you're going to get ran over.
Straight
I've
up.
never seen so many in trams and bikes and scooters going 5 different directions. There's not like, it's not a 4-way highway, it's like a 10-way highway.
Yep.
There in Amsterdam. It's beautiful, but if you're not grounded, you'll get taken out quick.
Yep. Yeah.
And it ain't like America. You ain't gonna be able to sue anybody.
No.
You're just gonna get knocked.
Straight up. And then you acclimated, and we got acclimated after we grounded, and here you are filming just in the middle of the street shooting stuff. Oh, people were tripped out by us. Just giant brother and me with feathers in our hair going around all over the place. And yeah, this was in Amsterdam, actually. This was our host. She was awesome, and you know, but yeah, we were disoriented at first, and we had to ground in. It was and it made such a difference, bro. It was really powerful. And
He has a baby now.
what? No way.
Yeah, she just texted me like yesterday. She has like a baby. She has a 2-year-old baby.
Wow, that's amazing. That's let's see. I'm trying to remember if this is. I think this was Denmark, Copenhagen, maybe. I'm pretty sure.
No, that's Denmark.
What? That was Copenhagen, right?
Yeah, Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yeah. It was just so cool. All the receptivity of the people was so powerful, and yeah, it was magical. It was nothing short of, and we're super excited to bring that, friends, to bring that to fruition, to share our journey with you. It's kind of cool, actually. The first film kind of set the template of what this work is, what it's all about, and then this all the information, all the science and components of it. And then, you know, the second film, you get to go part 2, you get to go on an adventure with us, and what an adventure it was. Remember this one, John? Here's John in his natural environment as well, out on Kauai, filling water up. So we've seen the earth, we've seen your connection with the water, and the connection to the land and the peoples. So you want to play this, and then we'll talk about what you're doing now?
Yeah, you can make it big. I don't know if you can make it big and play it. I don't think that's gonna work, right? Because it's like this way.
It's if I were to show you the frame, this is what it looks like, bro. Pretty much. Like, can you see that? It's about yay big right there. So here, I can do this. Boom. And blow it up more.
Because you know how YouTube has that other thing where it's like YouTube TV, where it's a bigger frame? Like YouTube.
Yeah, I actually think. Okay, let me just check what the screen looks like. Yeah, so this should play big for everybody. You ready?
For a year,
Okay, here we go.
It's playing like this for me, but I'm just letting you know.
For over a year, I had been praying with the spirit of the buffalo. Then, spring 2019, I received a vision. I was meant to go and begin collecting the wisdoms of women around the world. In that moment, it was clearer than ever. This was why Jon and I had been brought together.
They called me Mama Bear, and that's what I answer to.
This is me. I'm gonna take my earth. I love myself. So when you start giving to others love and compassion, especially to yourself, then that's when healing begins.
Jon and I gave ourselves fully to the vision, allowing it to take its own life. After returning from our first round of interviews, Jon had the burning desire to go back and sow deeper seeds within the communities we met along the way. The vision was expanding, so we expanded with it. We committed to returning to each of the communities we interviewed in devoted service the following year. 2 days before the Beautify Our Lives tour of service kicked off, core members of our Natural Leaders Dream Team were turned around mid-flight. And just like the rest of the world, in a matter of minutes, it was all shut down. Life was asking us all to reset, to reflect. So we did. Since 2019, we have been cultivating what it means for us to be walking permissions of getting back to our heart's truth, back to what we call the mother. And now, we step forward into another point of expansion, our next major rites of passage. A pilgrimage of permission, ceremony, and forgiveness down the Mississippi River, the heartline of North America. We're being asked to pick up where everything left off, to reassemble, to turn the cameras back on. Seeding of a potential documentary has completely rebirthed itself into a growing productions company. Return of the Mother Productions is here on Patreon to build the foundations of community that will fuel content, community engagement, and conversations that center coming into right relation with what we refer to as the Mother. Join us, grow with us, begin your journey into the returning, and amplify the heart of your mother.
Yeah, bro. Wow. That's beautiful. So, talk to us about that.
Oh. Yeah, that was a deep prayer. The Mississippi shot in there is in Kauai when we were kayaking with Ish.
Really?
I was like, I need a good river shot, and I was like, yeah, it was when we went kayaking with your son in Kauai, and I used that shot. Since we don't have a shot of the Mississippi River, I was like, I'm just gonna give a real shot, like us in a kayak.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a funny thought. I just remember that. You know, that's a that's been a journey since 2019. The woman speaking there is Azara. That's my partner, and she rose up one late night, maybe 3 a.m. and was like, I'm gonna go on a journey to gather the wisdom of grandmothers and throughout Central and South America. And I was like, I go, when you want to do that? And she goes like, right now. And I was like, just like, can you just, now, Azara, she's just like, in it, and I kind of just took a breath, and the next day, literally in one day, she sold her car, and she's like, "Are we ready to go?" And I was like, and that the journey began in 2019 of March, and it was first in the perspective of like gaining wisdom from women, and then if you saw in the trailer, we went to all these different communities and connected and went in the houses of homes of families. And me, I was like, I'm not just gonna shoot these women and families who don't have anything. I'm gonna go and tell them that we're gonna do the best we can next year to come back and support all the communities with a tour called Beautify Our Lives. And then in 2020, we're gonna go back to 7 countries in Central America, Central and South America. And we went to Costa Rica to go to a Vision Festival with a crew. And then I think it was March 10th, I don't know, we had 20 people about to get on a plane to do a 7-country tour. I'm talking mothers with their children who were like 5 and 6 and 8, moved out their houses to go on an 8-month tour with us. And basically all those people that you saw in that flash video got stuck on the plane the day they were supposed to come to Guatemala. And it was just us and a couple people. And we were there in Guatemala for like 7 months, stuck in Guatemala. And we got to really see the bigger picture of returning the mother. It's really, we started a whole clothing line called Wilka, which means sacred. If you see in there, we built communities, we built water catchment systems that allowed farmers, hundreds of farmers, to farm year round because of the rain only goes 6 months out of the year. We built the biggest mural in Lake Atalan and created a huge community. And then ultimately, we made this clothing line to support the women. And then Izara gave it away. She gave away the whole entire clothing line to all the communities so the women can continue and families can continue to thrive.
After returning from our first round of...
Keep going.
And that mural is like, I don't know if is like, and all of that's in Honduras. That's not in Africa. All those Black women and children. They have a whole entire Ganifuna tribe. So yeah, that's a huge water tank that me and Azara pulled up. And then we did herbs and cleanse with the women, showed them how to breathe with natural herbs and stuff like that, and build gardens so they specifically can do steam baths so they can release the COVID and all the bacteria from their lungs. So that's we built gardens all around the city.
Wow.
So they can and show them how to steam.
Right. Wow.
So, but in all of that, what happened was we found out that it was more about returning to the mother within ourselves and the child within ourselves, and in that archetype of the mother and father coming together in all of us. So it became more of a journey of self,
right, and
a journey of self-reflection, and a journey of not just grandmothers, but all people. And there's a video of my Grand Chief Uncle Danny. We actually interviewed him, the first man we interviewed, about in Arizona. We interviewed him, and so it's developed into, like I said, into a production company and into a space where we have a Lighthouse Community Wellness Center where we support communities with trauma, with abuse, with all the MMRT practices, and healing people on a different level, and not just healing people, but healing people who don't have the resources and opportunity to have these high technologies and these systems and spaces to be supported. So it's developed into multiple different nodes around the world that in homeschooling, which people really deserve right now,
Right.
that we're doing in rites of passage, that we're basically going around the world from node to node to node and creating these communities so people can thrive. So Return of the Mother, the movie is a beautiful thing, but it's more about returning to, you know, the unity which is in all of us. So and it's very related to the release, and it's very related to like all the things that I have done. So it's like it's all in the things that we have done together. So it's like it's a beautiful combination.
Wow.
And that's where we're at right now.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, that's and we're about to go on this journey down the Mississippi River, not to heal the waters, because I work with Robert Kennedy Jr. and a lot of other people to like heal the waters, like the tangible healing of the Mississippi, because there's multiple aspects of the Mississippi that are really messed up. But like the biggest reason we're going is to heal with the waters within ourselves, because that's how we really support what we call this planet or plane, is by healing ourselves. So it's a prayer and it's a dance for ourselves and for the communities and for our ancestors to heal this water, so we can like start from the foundation. That's my Chief Danny, Grand Chief.
Just back there.
And so
right here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's my Grand Chief. And he told Azara, like, you got, you know, she was really scared to go because of like the backlash, because she's the perception of a white woman doing prayers, indigenous prayers. And he told her, like, she is in our nation is Yamasee. It's the Holak B, Rainbow Warrior, colorless nation, the nappy head mound builders of the Americas. He told her that, you know, you are a descendant of the Yamasee. We see you as coming in a different form, and we're a part of our nation for hundreds of thousands of years, and you're here, and you're coming in this form so you can be different, and so you can pray, and so it's just a different element. So they recognize her as a part of our nation, as a leader and a clan mother in our nation, and it's not by her skin, it's by her soul. So it's a beautiful place to be, and that's my chief, Rashid. It's been a beautiful, beautiful journey, and yeah, it was a beautiful time. And now we're here, we're back, and about to go on this journey up the Mississippi.
Wow. It's beautiful. Is this that shot, huh?
Yeah, that's Ish was right.
Yes, the sacred waters. It's incredible because, you know, there's just been lots of expansions of awareness and the ever unfolding puzzle of our true divine nature, and we've seen that the sacred baptism of the waters is actually our water vessel, because we are a water vessel, and that's also where we carry the sins, if you will, missing the mark. We carry it in the memories and the strama that's in the water vessel, and the true baptism is going in and cleaning the waters and clearing this sediment that's collected, because water that is stagnant becomes toxic. And so it's just syncretic with what you're doing, and with the healing of the waters of the planet is, you know, that starts with us healing the waters of our planet, our plane of existence, which is our physical micro expression of the greater organism that we're a part of, the planet itself, the Earth, this biological computer. We're a biological computer. The Earth's a biological computer. So it's beautiful, man. Beautiful to see. So how can people get involved? How can people be a part of this?
I mean, there's multiple ways right now. We're strictly on Patreon right now, because we're we deserve to be supported without needing to go into the matrix of Instagram right now. That's what my partner's choosing. Not saying that we won't be on Instagram, but right now, because it's such a deep prayer and a deep space for us to get on Instagram, is just a lot of energy for us.
Right.
So we're staying clear of that and moving to Patreon. So all the videos and mass meditations and all that is on Patreon, and she'll ultimately is going to do a YouTube channel coming up. But right now it's Patreon, and then it's going to be a YouTube, and yeah, it's just joining that and being in that space to connect there, and there will be a YouTube channel coming up.
Cool.
So and then that is that dialogues with new videos that shows like what the prayer is and how we got to this place and how she got here, and new videos that are going to be on that website. I'll send you the link to that, Micah, and so you can forward it to everybody, because that just got finished.
And so this is like memberships that people can have, and what happens with that? Like, they're basically supporting you guys to go around and do this, right? Around the world.
There's actual benefits to it, and you can look at each one. You can sign up for $3 and just be a part of it, or you can sign up for more and you can read all the benefits to that. But there are mass meditations and videos that won't be out that are on there. It's not like we're trying to make it exclusive. We just feel that people deserve to be, supported. And if people can take the time to punch in their information, then they're really a part of it. Because a million people can see, look at TikTok, a million people can see your TikTok doesn't mean they're really here for you. You know what I'm saying? Can see a video. A million people can see Return of the Mother video, and then they can just go about their business. But this is more about a community than like a million people seeing Return of the Mother, because it's deeper than you watching it. It's like, it's a community. Just like Release, it's not like you just watch it and go like, I watched the release and liked it. It's like, that's not going to do anything for like Release or for Return of the Mother or for most videos that are really doing something and people who are really doing something. So, and that's the space that we get to be in, is like bring it back to like, people showing up and people, really honoring themselves and seeing like, I want to be a part of something like this, Yeah,
I do. In fact, that's where we could start using technology in a way to start working together, more unified, to build things. And I do feel the same. I feel like, being very blessed to create a mass awakening. It's a mass to me. Maybe it's not millions and millions of people that have seen it, but we're over 60,000+ people that have seen this, and it's reached them, and we have practitioners coming to learn it. There's 4 more practitioners in the world just from this film, because they saw it reached them and they felt the call. And we have more practitioners. We're still going to do a little tiny September program, and then a January program, winter program, and so it's beautiful to see. But gosh, yes, bro, like I still feel like, to the scheme of the collective, the mass collective, no, we haven't reached them, and for a good portion of those people, maybe we were just a blip on their day that they got to be shattered and out of the mass psychosis and look at something more real. But how do we motivate them to get involved and become more a part of it? And that's where platforms like this I think are really smart, and it's cool for people to see what you're doing and then say, oh wow, I could donate, let's say $11 a month and be one of maybe thousands of people that are helping to support these people that are willing to go out and do this, that I'm in my life, I'm in my routine. Maybe it's not what I want to do with my life, but I can connect and be connected to people that are doing something that I would be proud to be doing in the world.
Yeah, we're all at different seasons and times in our experience, and it's beautiful to like support things that gutturally feel good to you. So that's what we're basing. If they're either going to gutturally feel it or they're not, and that doesn't mean it's that they're not in the space. It just means that that's their season. And some people's season is to return to the mother. Some people's season is to return to the sacred water, and that's their season. And those are the people who we want. And even if they do perceive that they're spiritual or this or that they have that just may not be for them right now. And that's okay, because like, that's what we really desire, is the people like who are in the season to like take the challenge to like move, like you said, that strama out of their body and out of their ancestry and out of all of their lineages, and like show up for themselves, because that's what we're here to do, you know? Because that's what it takes. It takes more than likes and this, and like it takes a community, and this is the realm of reality we're in. Online communities are important, you know. And the physical community is important, but online communities are becoming way more important than I ever perceived, and I have to adjust to like what that is, and see that has value too, you know.
Right, it does. So what is an example for the membership levels? What are people, what are they doing? What are they giving? What is it a part of? I'm just trying to create a deeper understanding. Like I'm reading it right now, like for like the what's called the soils membership, right? Seeds, soils, waters. You seeing it right here? I got it up on the screen for people to see.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's each to individual, you know. Some people put $27, and we, you know, there's a little bit more. Like the next video we do, we put your name on the video and go like, we honor the people who, every video we put up, we honor the people who like, hey, appreciate you for like doing this, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for like putting your time and effort into this. So it's like each one has a different aspect. Each one has deeper layers of, and they're intricate. You can read them all. They're very intricate. And,
right.
And you can see like what is your choice, and you can choose to do it 1 month or 100 months, or you choose to do $3 or, you know, 27 or whatever you desire. It's like, it's where you're at right now, and where you're gonna be, and that's it's different for everybody, you know. But there are gonna be live mass meditations regardless of what the price people put in there, and that's gonna be really supportive and exciting as well.
Yeah, I think the more content coming is going to be really cool, because you are a mass meditation guy. You know, you do a magnificent job of leading a group in meditation, for sure.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, we're inspired to see where the community takes us. That's what we're inspired to,
right?
To see where the energy and how it can support, and because it's really about, I mean, there is a support aspect of this, of the tangible aspect of Micah knowing what it takes to do a movie, and that being supported. But there's also a support in this where it's like we're deeply, we're in deep with some big people, you know, like Mickey Willis and Elevate Films and Robert Kennedy Jr. and you know, Kiss the Ground, and like there's some very tangible aspects of the physical component of, like, I don't know if you guys know, 85% of the runoff goes into the Mississippi, and does all kind of harm to the rivers and into the lands of the Americas. And that runoff actually runs all the way off into Iceland and affects, not Iceland, Greenland, affects Greenland. So it's like a toxic bridge throughout our realms and realities that is like blocking that deeper connection, which I really feel Europe has to us. So it's like, it's so much deeper than just like cleansing the waters, you know.
Yeah.
It's a deep, and you know, a little bit of you know, a couple hundred people can change that rapidly. Can change a lot. Just a couple hundred Patreons can change a lot of that aspect of moving that energy in, you know, in a beautiful way.
And can be karmically, energetically even tied to something greater that maybe, like I said, they can't go fly out and do the groundwork, but their energy through prosperity and their support connects them energetically to this movement, to this intention, to this venture, to the actions through their support, because it's supporting those that are taking action. So they're connected to it.
They have a voice. It's not like we have 10,000, we're going to get 10,000 Patreons. So it's like each person has a voice in the community, you know, has a voice who's a part of it and can ask questions and be a part and investigate and like be a part of like the tribe and the family. So
Right.
it's like, I think it's a beautiful thing, you know?
It is a beautiful thing, actually, and that's why it's a beautiful thing to create things like this, and actually, it's inspiring for some of the movements we have coming on the neuromuscular release therapy and release front. In terms of, we're really trying to find a way to bridge the people that are watching to feel more connected to release themselves. And so blessedly we filmed the 13 video self-treatment system to be released for people to be able to do this on themselves, and we're trying to come up with a format like Patreon or something to create an online academy, really an online library platform of all of the teachings that people can have access to, but not just, you know, it's the same, bro. Like, I want people that are connected in learning these sciences to actually utilize them and come in with that intention. So it's almost like you have to create some type of Patreon that challenges and gives people the same test that my yogis tested me. Oh, you want to learn from me? All right, well, we'll see. Well, let's see your level of dedication. Like, this is sacred. I'm not just going to give this to you because you won't appreciate it. So I love putting free content up, and at the same time, I want to see who's invested in themselves to say, all right, well, but he's putting all of this information in one platform that is worth me going into and actually signing up for and being a part of, becoming a online self-practitioner myself and getting involved in this online institute. And sadly, that's because look at the world that we're in, you know. We got another wave of the fear psychosis and the boogeyman stuff coming for the winter and just in time for the midterms, and it's not going over the same. I can tell you that much. People aren't buying it, but they're still trying to keep us from moving around and dividing us and keeping us. So virtual platforms can be a powerful tool. They don't have to be a weapon we use against ourselves in isolation, in pop culture, Luciferian, satanic entertainment content that we're watching on Netflix. We could be utilizing these platforms to learn and grow. And because we truly do have access to more information and knowledge and wisdom than we ever have before on the planet, folks. We're bombarded with all kinds of, you know, the darker Luciferian deceptive disillusionment through content as well. It's really, what are you going to choose to use the technology for, you know? Truly. Well, this is awesome, brother. You know, it's funny. I went to sign up with my Patreon, and I was stoked that I could do it through PayPal, because as of yesterday, in the midst of a very intense school week, by the way, I have 3 kids in 3 different schools, guys, across about a 25-mile radius, roughly, It's a lot. So in the midst of that and closing out the school week and having a Saturday with the kids, I found out that somebody has hacked Uber Eats, and my credit card happened to be on my Uber Eats account and had ordered probably $300 worth of Uber Eats from San Francisco, which wasn't me because I'm here on Kauai. So instantly my bank account card was hit with a fraudulent, and so I don't know if anyone knows what happens when they do that, but they freeze your account and they shut it down. So, and then you have to get a new account number, which you have to put into all these different things that your old account number was set into. So you have to re-enter it into all of these automated payment company monthly payment stuff for like Zoom, and all these ones have to be now redone because somebody got a hold of that. Yeah. So they froze the charges, but you know what sucks is I was going to just make the payment with PayPal, but apparently it has to run off of a valid card that's assigned to the PayPal account. And that's that number. That's that account card. So it wouldn't run the thing through. So as soon as it's the weekend. So I have to get a new card issued tomorrow with the bank because the bank's closed till Monday. And then I will be signing up for my Soils membership, if you will. But yeah, I just thought it was absurd that I went to sign up and I'm already getting the flack from this card now being shut down and having to get a whole new card. It's going to be a fun journey, but I really recommend you do it, guys. If there's one thing you could throw in, and what do you spend, $3 or $11 or even $27 on every month? Truly. What do you liquidate and waste that on that's not going to anything except for something that's self-serving, maybe? And this is going to go to something that is selfless, serving something greater that you could be a part of. So it's why we wanted to do this show, and support, my dear brother here and the magic ventures that he's doing that I very much believe in and I'm very excited about. And we're going to have Jon back to give us updates on this and also go more into release part 2. Probably talk a little bit more about the film before it comes out in the fall, set for fall release 11/11/22. So yeah, I'm excited to get this out. I'm trying to brainstorm ways. I told John he needs to come out here for like a week and just hammer on this. Wouldn't that be good, guys? Don't you think you should do that? You should come out here for like a week and just work on release part 2 with me to really rock it out. Doesn't that sound good? Oh yeah. Everyone in the chat room saying yeah. You should fully do that. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be nostalgic to go through this adventure with you. I feel almost kind of selfish just getting to go through it all by myself and relive a lot of the magic of what it was and where God, blessed us to go, brother. Really. I mean, everything happens for a reason. Otherwise it wouldn't happen. And our mass of molecules manifested itself to go to some of the most profound and sacred places with a very amazing little being who was actually much, much bigger than both of us, in terms of her content of character and spirit. And, yeah, it's still one of my goals to get out to Iceland with the fam. She wants us to come out there and meet out in Iceland, and and connect. So we had it on our little schedule to have a drop in soon too. So it'd be fun to get a little 3-way call with all of us. Maybe get her on the show to talk about everything before the fall premiere. So. But either way, anything else you want to share, brother, with our audience, with anybody, anything you want to express or share out? I'd love to give you the floor.
You're speaking about Maui. I think the one thing that I really saw in Maui, like having one arm and her whole head, side of her face torn off, and her, having to wear a wig, is that true level of like self-responsibility for like, what you're choosing in this realm of reality. And in that, surrendering to that and accepting that, and whatever space that you're in, it really frees you to like see how infinite you are. And like Mally really got me, to move out of any level of like coming from the hood or growing up poor or all the things or what people, you know, look at me like or whatever, and like really put me in a position to be accountable, you know, for all the beauty that I have, and then all the things that in this realm of reality may seem as a victim, it may seem that way. So like that was a true gift, and I'm really happy, you know, to continue and to share that with as many people as I can. It's just like, you know, show up for yourself, be accountable for like all things, and life becomes really easy when you got nothing to complain about.
Yeah, and that happens when stuff gets put into perspective. And I felt the same. I mean, you and I both had our own health challenges that were some kind of grueling at times, and but then you meet somebody who's gone through something that you don't honestly know if you could have made it through. Like, you know what I mean? Like the level of physical trauma and what she went through. I was humbled enough to say I don't know if I could have traversed that the same, you know, with the level of and then to be where she was at and her positivity and her psychology and her spirit and her attitude and temperament and tolerance level, and I feel like it sets the bar for you, because it shows you someone who did it and who's doing it and you just go, wow. It kind of gives you a perspective, like, okay, if she can make it through all of this and be where she's at, like, what can I do? You know, what can we all do? And I'm forever grateful. Actually, I feel like it changed my life forever. And I don't even feel like I had I feel like it's taken all these years to even process it, and even going back through all this is like part of the process, because I kind of came back and went right into having a baby again. You know what I mean? And so thank you for getting this footage to me so I can relive and reactivate and go back through the powerful truth of it, and then cultivate it into what you and I many times would look at each other in the midst of these moments we were filming and go, we just filmed that. Like, oh my God, that was like, you know, when amazing things happen, you sometimes wish, oh, I wish we filmed this, you know, and there's nothing cooler than when something amazing happens and you literally look at each other and you're like, oh, we did. We don't have to even tell people what happened. We can show them. And I feel like that peak moment was at the Viking Guidestones that we went to, where she had this powerful healing and these light beings came around us and there was a halo around the sun, and it was just like a peak supernatural moment for me. But for all three of us, it was dynamic for sure. Tears and weeping, and I have my own remembrances of the karmic journey that got you and I there to go through that with her. And just, I'm excited to kind of share it all and give context and perspective that I look forward to helping others release and be released. So I love you, Jon. Thank you for coming on the broadcast, bro. Really just grateful and glad we did this finally, and look forward to working with you on part 2 as I'm diving deeper into it right now. I'm really getting in. I'm going to open up all those packages you sent me for effects and such, and be picking your brain and sending you over everything as I'm putting it together. And this is the guy, guys. This is the guy. So much thanks and gratitude to this magic being for so much of what he filmed, and that you guys got to also see put together through both of our love and dedication, and also how this work has really helped both of us. I mean, you didn't share too much about your story with the knee and everything and what, but I've shared your story even, and my story, and really I feel like you just end up wanting to watch other people get to be free again once you get free of a lot of the ailments you didn't think you could get free of. So beautiful thing, bro. It's truly an honor in this life to be to doing this and build off of it too. I look forward to building off of it and doing more together, you know. Truly.
Man, bro.
Yeah, man.
It was an honor.
Yeah, right? So where are you off to next?
Zara's going to, she's going to head up to Mississippi. It was kind of like already meant for her to go for like a couple weeks with herself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to join her because I broke my foot.
Right. I know, guys. Jon has mustered together a lot of great ambition to come and even do the show today because he broke his foot and got hammered with something. Who knows what he was exposed to, but that knocked him out for a second. But you're going to be doing some NMRT on that foot, right? Got to be.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's coming back to life. It's maybe not. I'm not going to 6-week thing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Back, but I'm going to join her in mid-October to continue the journey down the Mississippi. But I may go to North Carolina to do a journey there with my nation and tribe. But we'll see.
And also, obviously, at least a week in Kauai, right? Totally before the.
Yeah, that's highly possible.
That's highly possible. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed on that. Well, awesome, man. I'm so grateful to have you on. I'm gonna go literally drive a child to theater practice, and that's my Sunday. And I'm gonna cut coconut and make some yogurt. There's gonna be some yogurt for you when you get out here, bro. Been rocking out the cloud yogurt and getting a lot dialed over here. We're rebuilding Mandala finally for a winter open, which is pretty cool. We just met with the builder the other day, and one of the builders actually is on site. Old friend of mine from 25 plus years ago is now our little garden gnome groundskeeper here. So, and he's doing some of the rebuild for Mandala, and I'm really excited about it to get Living Foods back out in the community here and work on building a national brand of this living food for people and the prosperity movement, bro. The Prosperity Bowl, free food for people that don't have any money or food, and the companies of the community sponsor it. So it's a way to engage these companies to give back to the people, and Lord knows we need it in a recession, inflation nightmare that has been orchestrated and whatnot. So now more than ever, I feel like the world needs a prosperity bowl. So much to come. Big things for all of us collectively. So it's truly an honor, brother, to have you on the broadcast, and we'll talk again soon. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for being a part of the broadcast, and don't forget. Let me see. Whoops. Don't forget. Where is it? Yes. Don't forget such things that to check out the content. Check out the content on our channel. It's on YouTube. It's on Rumble. It's all kinds of things. You can see Release down here. Check out the film if you haven't gotten a chance. Release the movie part 1, and all kinds of content, breath techniques, how to do the self-treatment systems on there. If you look on the Trinity of Health and Wellness, there's 3 days. It shows yogic sciences of breath, how to do the principles and techniques of NMRT, and living food technology. So there's like a little Trinity of Health and Wellness for you to get started with even. And then we got our show tomorrow. The film itself, awesome. Please check it. The uncensored version's at www.releasethemovie.com still, but you can check out the censored version. And then tomorrow we have Matrix Body Mechanics Live. Mondays, got a lot to get into of the crazy absurdity and raids on Mar-a-Lago, and really it's a raid on your personal freedom, folks, because if they can do that to the former president of the United States, they can pretty much just do that to anybody and make up some bullshit why. So there's a lot to get into for tomorrow's Decode. We can't do it on YouTube because of the parental guidance for us, and so we do it on Rumble. Check it out. But today's show is always about the divinity of us, our divinity, and how that divinity is connected through our unification and through the tribe. So on that note, Jon, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on the broadcast, brother. So much love. Aloha, everybody. We'll check you on the flip side. Aloha and Satnam.